Today, World Fight Products is on location at the Elite Training Centre in Mississauga, Ontario, where it's our pleasure to be joined today with Claude Patrick. Claude, tell us about your background in MMA.
MMA background. I guess most people know me as a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy. Obviously, I cross-train wrestling, Thai boxing, working heavily on my conditioning now, so I try to do everything.
How long's the Elite gym been open?
About a year and a half. In this facility, 1 year, we were in a squash court, which was just downright ghetto for a while, and that was good. That was far from elite, but it's good, humble beginnings, and now things are going pretty good over here.
What programs do you offer at the facility now?
Well, one thing I'm trying to do different than a lot of other places, everybody's into the martial arts, mixed martial arts buzz right now. It's like the most three powerful letters in the alphabet, MMA, you know? So what I'm doing is bringing the martial arts aspect back to that. So I teach Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, the art, you know, not for people who want to fight, Muay Thai, the art, not for people who want to fight. And those who do want to compete can then go and take those skills and compete, because we've got high-level guys in all the styles. All the instructors here are competing or have competed, at least on the world-class level at some point. So we've got Thai boxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, and we mix boxing in as well.
As a pro, you fought in several organizations. What have the differences been between them, and is there any that you particularly like fighting in, and any that you particularly couldn't give a damn about?
As I like to say, I go where the money takes me, man. So, you know, wherever they're paying is where I'm playing, to be honest. And obviously differences is the rules, because some places are a little more quick on the stand-ups. There's some questionable refs out there too, so I try to avoid certain guys, certain places. Elbows is a big thing. I like to use my elbows on the ground, so certain jurisdictions, should I say, like in IFL, they didn't allow elbows. So changed my style a little bit, but you know, being a mixed martial artist, you know what's coming up, so you can make the changes and adjust.
How's your experience in the IFL?
It's pretty good. I really like the IFL experience. I had a great fight, like pretty much I wouldn't say flawless, but didn't even get hit much in the fight. Took the guy down, submitted him. Had a good performance before and after, and a great time there. Hanging out with the guys on the team there was good, and knowing all those guys is a great experience.
Carlos Newton was your coach for that team?
Yeah, I've known Carlos for a long time. We've been training together on and off for a couple of years. I don't see him too much now, but he had a really good fight the other day. Just beat up another friend of mine, Nabil Khatib. So those are the two nicest guys in mixed martial arts, people. Carlos maybe is like nice until he's beating you up, but Nabil is legitimately one of the nicest people you could meet. So it's a tough fight.
Give us your take on the Ontario government's current stance on mixed martial arts, whether it's illegal, sanctioned, unsanctioned.
I mean, I don't really have a take on that. I'm just doing my thing on the grind, trying to eat as much as possible. So I go where the money takes me. They don't have no fights here, so I'm going to fight somewhere else, except for the reserve, which I'm going to do as well. So just try to stay busy. A lot of people have big plans. They're going to make it legal. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. And ultimately, the government is going to do it. And when it is legit, I think they'll do it properly. So I'm just kind of waiting, keep my fingers crossed, and hope that it comes through sometime soon.
Your next fight's April 25th on the Native Reserve and just outside Brantford, I believe, in Ontario.
Yeah.
What do you know of your opponent, and what do you expect from that fight?
Not much, and quite a bit. I've been training. I'm still sharp for my last fight, so I was 170 for that one. Took 2 weeks off, and I'm back at it now, so the fight is in about pretty much 2 weeks exactly to this day. So at this time, in 2 weeks, I should be one more victory on my record, I hope. The opponent, I don't know much about him, because I suspect that might likely change. So I don't really plan for any particular person. Just make sure I'm in good shape, got my skills together, and go put on a good show.
You've got a bit of a demon record for finishing fights in the first round. You think it could be an early night again? Quick change?
I had a second round victory in the last one, so people think I can only do it. I'm a one-trick pony. It's not true. You can take it to the second round and win there too, but you can also lose, so never get cocky.
What advice would you give to any young students looking to get into MMA?
Absolutely. First thing is, don't get into MMA. Get into martial arts, get your background and your skills together, whether it be boxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, something. Learn your skills, because if you try to put everything together at the same time, you're never going to be as good as a guy that specialized in something or two things. And then you put those trainings together once a week, twice a week, just to familiarize yourself. And when you get to a high level, then you can go and compete. But guys who just jump in, I'm going to do MMA, I see them come and go, and they never last. So that's the best advice, absolutely, you could give to anybody looking to train.
Who did you idolize or look up to as a young fighter when you first started out?
Man, I guess it's funny, that guy's right over there. Roman Janis, one of my Muay Thai trainers, he's like one of the toughest guys in this area. I'd see him training, beating guys up in the ring at the gym I started at called Mafa, and just like, wow, that guy's a killer. He's a Polish national Muay Thai champion, kickboxing champion. So you got to respect the guy with that type of grind. He's just really pushing it all the time. Jiu-Jitsu, obviously I started out watching Royce Gracie, but quickly I kind of switched over to the Carlson Gracie side of things. Murilo Bustamante is by far one of the best fighters there ever was, still is. Rickson Gracie, didn't really appreciate his thing too much before, but now it's really grown on me as I mature a bit more. I get a better understanding of the art and, you know, his philosophies. He's definitely the man too.
Every fighter always says, I just want to fight the best in the world. Doesn't matter who it is, but if you could pick anybody to fight, who do you think, man, I could really bang with that guy, would be a good fight?
Every fighter's lying. They say they want to fight the best fighter in the world. It doesn't matter who it is. It certainly does, because otherwise you wouldn't reject any fight. So stop lying, guys. Tell the truth. Seriously, I will not fight everybody in the world. The pay is determined by the play. Should I say the play is determined by the pay? If you're going to give me $4,000, I'm not going to fight Mike Tyson. I won't get out of bed for that money. It's ridiculous, right? So if you're going to pay good money, then I'll train and prepare to fight a good fight. But I'm not going to fight just anybody for meager cash, because I'm not in it for ego and trying to prove myself. Like, I know what I can do. I want to test my skills. So that's really what it's about. In terms of individual people, nobody in particular. Like, you have a goal, and whoever's in your way to that goal, you have to fight them. It's the hurt business, so you fight whoever's there.
Do you have any time frame or schedule where you'll make the next step to a bigger organization? Or, like, obviously the UFC is the pinnacle right now of the sport.
Yep.
Has there been any offers from Affliction or any W1 or any other organizations that you'd be interested in fighting?
Strangely, not really. I'm not getting a lot of love right now at all. So if you do see this interview and you do like my skills, check me out on YouTube. You can hit me at claudepatrick@gmail.com or anywhere on the elitecenter.tv website. But overall, I was looking at Elite XC for a bit. I was gunning for that, and that kind of obviously bombed out, so that's dead. I'm trying to get on the UFC reality show, if at all possible. I think I'll do quite well on that. And overall, Japan, I think, is a good scene for me. Like, just technically the way the fights unfold. Like, I'm not too much into the 5-minute round where the guys just go out, sprint hard, go back to the corner and do it again 3 more times, and that's the fight. I like to put my skills on the mat, so I want to go and compete. I think Japan is probably a better setup for me right now, but I'm willing to do anywhere. Like, the money, whatever it pays.
Do you like the tournament style more that they have in Japan, or just the one-fight shot deal that you have in North America?
I don't think I could do 2 fights in a night, to be honest, because I have a situation going on now with, like, sneezing after fights. It's really strange, but I'll fight and I'll sneeze uncontrollably for like 2 days afterwards. So
that's better than bleeding 2 days after. Right?
That's what you think, man. It's pretty intense. So I really couldn't fight 2 fights in a night. I get like a cold instantly afterwards. So.
Which do you prefer, the actual training of young athletes or the actual competing in fights yourself?
They both have their time and place. You know, there's some fights or moments in fights you obviously don't enjoy and preparing for them, but I love to train and compete, and at the same time, developing my younger students is also something I've always done. So it's part of the reason I opened the facility here. There's so many people teaching MMA or, you know, Muay Thai, as they say, whatever's hot. Right. Next week they'll be teaching extreme ping pong, because that's what's selling, and I'll still be doing the same thing, producing quality students.
Are there any names coming out of your gym now that we should keep our ear to the ground about?
I'm not really a name dropper. I'll let the proof be in the pudding, you know?
Right.
You guys will know who to look out for when they start doing something, because you tell a guy he's the man, and then he'll start thinking he's the man. Yeah.
Again, you're fighting April 25th, Hagersville, Six Nations Reserve. How can fight fans get tickets from you? What's the contact info for that?
The best bet in terms of tickets is to contact me directly at peakmma@gmail.com. or you can call over at the gym at 416-910-6175, and definitely get you some tickets in your hands to come check out the fight.
That's cool. Well, from the staff of World Fight Products, I wish you all the best in your upcoming bout, and hopefully we'll see you move on to bigger and better things.
Thanks so much, everybody. Keep doing my thing.